A significant landslide struck the Jammu Srinagar National Highway near the town of Banyal in the Ramban district of Jammu and Kashmir. This critical transportation artery was blocked, highlighting the ongoing challenges posed by landslides in the region's mountainous terrain. Authorities responded swiftly, launching efforts to clear the debris and restore traffic flow as soon as possible. Genoa, the capital of the Liguria region in Italy, is a major trade hub with a population exceeding 550,000. This sixth-largest Italian city boasts a metro area stretching along the Italian Riviera and a port that is the busiest in Italy and the sixth busiest in the European Union. However, Genoa's strategic position on the Ligurian Sea also makes it vulnerable to storms and flash floods. The city was particularly hard hit during the 2011 European floods, caused by a series of tropical storms that swept off the Mediterranean Sea on November 4th. Footage captured the destructive power of these floods as they ravaged the streets of Genoa. Genoa wasn't the only city suffering during the 2011 European floods. Over 500 millimeters of rain hammered Tuscany and Liguria, overwhelming rivers and causing widespread flooding. Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi placed partial blame on construction in floodplains, arguing that buildings had been erected in unsuitable areas. The floodwaters receded, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Streets were coated in debris, overturned cars littered the landscape, and a bridge over the Polchevera stream collapsed. Ports were choked with mud and debris. Videos showcasing the devastation went viral, with images of cars floating down streets and people wading through knee-deep water. Many residents lost their homes and businesses on the ground floor. Nestled in the San Bernardino Mountains, the small town of Wrightwood, California, sits at a cool 6,000 feet above sea level. Located roughly 70 miles northeast of Los Angeles, wildfires are a typical summer concern for locals. However, in late August of 2023, a different kind of threat loomed large. Hurricane Hilary. This Category 4 hurricane shattered records across 4 states, becoming one of the wettest tropical cyclones ever documented. On August 20th, Hilary made landfall on Mexico's Baja Peninsula. Meanwhile, in Wrightwood, a father and his family watched with apprehension as the hurricane's remnants approached, rolling down the slopes of Sheep Canyon Wash.
Sheep Canyon Wash. That is all avalanche debris from this winter. It's just kind of getting locked up at every check dam, and then it's going to release again and head farther down. Whoa. Let's go home. Okay. All right.
the National Hurricane Center issued an unprecedented tropical storm warning for Southern California in the days leading up to Hillary's arrival. The potential for catastrophic flooding was dire, with forecasts predicting areas could receive more than a year's worth of rain in a short period. This prompted flood watches for a staggering 26 million people across 3 states. Hurricanes are extremely rare occurrences in California. The last one before Hillary was a mere tropical storm that struck in September 1939. Cold ocean currents, unsuitable wind patterns, these factors have historically prevented hurricanes from forming or reaching California. However, Hurricane Hillary defied the odds, making landfall in Mexico and sending its powerful remnants hurtling towards a state unaccustomed to such a ferocious visitor. A devastating landslide ripped through the Philippines in 2018, burying an entire community beneath tons of earth and debris. This tragedy underscores the critical need for improved land management and disaster preparedness in high-risk areas. Nearly 78 lives were lost during this deadly landslide. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck near the Mexico-Guatemala border in May 2024. Thankfully, minimal damage was reported in this incident. The tremor, recorded shortly before 6 a.m. local time, had a depth of approximately 46.6 miles and was centered several miles off the Pacific coast. As of Sunday afternoon, no casualties have been reported. For context, the U.S. Geological Survey records roughly 20,000 earthquakes annually, averaging about 55 per day. Thankfully, most of these tremors are minor and go largely unnoticed. The bustling Indian city of Mumbai, also known as the City of Dreams, was hit by a storm on May 13, 2024. The storm brought light rain and strong winds, which caused some buildings to collapse. Ghatkopar East faced double trouble due to bad weather. A sudden billboard collapse injured 35 people, while strong winds forced some flights to Mumbai airport to divert. Making matters worse, another gust blew a banner onto overhead metro wires between AR and Harry East stations, causing disruptions. Mumbai City is one of the most unpredictable cities in the context of weather changes, and such disasters caused due to climate change are pretty common there. Tragedy struck Sasang Industrial Complex in Busan, South Korea on June 13, 2024. The blast injured workers and forced a swift evacuation. A major explosion ripped through a wastewater treatment facility within the complex, injuring workers and forcing an emergency evacuation. The blast's power was so immense that it caused significant damage, shattering windows in nearby buildings. The emergency services were quick to respond and began the recovery process immediately. Istanbul, a historic city where Eastern and Western influences collide, once known as Byzantium and Constantinople, witnessed a dramatic event. A 4-story building crumbled, transforming the familiar landscape into a startling scene for residents. Thankfully, the Istanbul building collapse caused no injuries, though residents escaped shaken. As a precaution, officials evacuated 10 nearby buildings due to potential structural instability. This incident exposed the vulnerability of surrounding structures, prompting urgent safety measures for resident. Dallas wears two nicknames, the Big D for its size and importance in Texas, and DFW Metroplex, which refers to the wider metropolitan area that includes Dallas. Dashcam footage shows a terrifying near miss on a Dallas highway. A semi-truck careens off an overpass, narrowly missing a car below by mere seconds. The driver slams on the brakes, avoiding disaster as the 18-wheeler plunges down the ramp.
Oh no! Oh no!
Miraculously, the trucker escapes mostly unscathed. Back in August 2015, a bridge met its match. A white box truck driver, ignoring clear warnings and cones, collided head-on with the unforgiving structure. The extensive damage had a surprising source: experienced movers. Used to pilot larger rental trucks, they became desensitized to height restrictions. This misplaced confidence, born from routine, turned a simple drive into a destructive event. Washington's Mount Rainier National Park, centered around the towering 14,411-foot peak of Mount Rainier, the Cascade Range's highest active volcano, witnessed a massive avalanche caught on camera by climbers. The avalanche's force sent tremors through the ground, a stark reminder of the dangers faced by park visitors. This incident underlines the importance of caution and preparedness in any mountainous region. Kyrgyzstan, a Central Asian country surrounded by Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and China, experienced a major landslide in its coal mining area of Karakecha. The event happened on September 14th. In 2020, a huge landslide struck Kyrgyzstan on the evening of September 14th. It happened along the Daikin-Karakeshi Road at the 37th kilometer mark. The collapse caused massive damage, blocking both the river and the gorge, with an estimated 800,000 to 900,000 cubic meters of rock and soil. The landslide was so big that it completely buried the road beneath the debris. Perched atop the Andes Mountains at a staggering 11,975 feet, La Paz, Bolivia, reigns as the country's administrative capital. Nestled in the western part of the nation, this city holds the title of the world's highest capital. Torrential downpours on April 30th, 2019, unleashed a devastating landslide in La Paz, the world's highest capital city, perched at 3,640 meters. The collapse tragically buried 66 homes, leaving 88 families without a roof over their heads. La Paz's hilly geography, with steep slopes, makes many buildings vulnerable to landslides. While firefighters bravely stepped in to search for survivors, worsening weather conditions threatened to pose significant challenges for rescue efforts in the coming days. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment.